just talking to Ian about some interesting things, and
Hmm.
we were trying to come up with some really cool ideas for hold on, this silly little play. God damn it. Uh, hold on, real quick.
Oh, such language. Hey, I went live, so you're fine.
Oh,
Take
okay.
no,
Hey
no, take your
everyone.
time. Yeah, yeah.
Hi
what
everybody.
what
Uh,
yeah.
so no, I'm having trouble. I'm getting knocked off on the chat thing. Okay, now we can come in. Whew.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm back, everyone. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
So
that's
we're
okay.
back to your other. We're at your paranormal channel, right? Everybody's having a paranormal channel. I just noticed that. I didn't know people secretly had the paranormal channel.
Yeah, I think a lot of us secretly kind of got online, and I know I got online just to listen to some old coast to coast stuff.
I used to. Oh man, I used to
Yeah,
listen to that. I used to go online just to listen to that. Sadly, you
yeah,
had to pay. So
yeah.
luckily, there were certain channels who will
Hmm.
record the episodes. So I was like, yes. So
Yeah.
I was gonna listen to the I go to the channels. I don't know if they got taken down, but there used to be channels that actually record things from coast to
Hmm.
coast and put
Yeah.
on there. Even some of
Yeah.
the old Art Bell stuff.
Yeah, which I didn't understand. I was on my way back from Louisville one day, and I was listening to Art Bell. I'm like, what is this show about? I mean, it's. I fell asleep, and I got home, and I fell asleep, and I woke back up like at 2:30, and it was still on. I'm like, it sounds like they're talking about Roswell, New Mexico, and I'm going back
Mhm.
to sleep. And but how that show got started was cool, and then one day I'll go into that. But yeah, check it out. Check it out. Hey, we are live. As I said, this is the Creepy Corner, and today we're going to be talking about dreams. We're joined by Miss VIERA TRON. VIERA TRON, shout yourself out there, young lady.
Yay, this is Veratron. I'm here just to give you the creepy news of the day. But sometimes it's not always creepy. Sometimes it's a good thing.
That is true. That is true. So shout out to the chat. Maybe we have the questions ready to go. And
Hold on.
so Jamal Adams, Yamadi Spartan God, Stardust, Acero, and Gritty Legends all say hello, hello, hello. They're our small but humble audience, and that's what it's
That's the
good. I like
best.
that. Yeah,
That's the best. Is to
yeah,
have the small audience and not the
yeah,
just make it like I like that. I like small. Hey everyone,
yeah.
I'm glad they see you. Well, I'm
Gritty,
seeing everybody.
yeah, Gritty. What's the topic? Dreams, like dreams, and Vieira wanted to talk about dreams, and so
Not the game, all
not
right,
the
not the
yeah, not the
game.
game. Sorry, but actual
Even though it's
yeah,
referring to whatever you bring out in your imagination, it can't come true. But
correct.
this
Yeah,
is more deeper than that.
yeah. So
I
dream
really want to.
interpretation, things like that. But
Oh
Vieira,
yes,
go ahead and take off. And as far as what you want to talk about and what you're looking forward to in the podcast and some of the crazy dreams that we have all had here. And I'll go ahead and start pulling some
oh man.
source material.
I mean, dreams are usually just a random thought, and I talked to some people, and
Mm-hmm.
some people have said that sometimes when they're feeling depressed, they get dreams of natural disasters. Not like Freddy Krueger, you guys, but Freddy Krueger is based off a actual dream of I think people were dying in their sleep, so it is based off the actual incident that happened, but they turned
Mm-hmm.
into a horror movie. But I was really going to say that I talked to another person that said something. I'm not going to say his name. But he was telling me that he had dreams when he was going through depression or going
Mm-hmm.
through like, things that bothered him. He started having nightmares. Well, not really nightmares, but his dreams were always involved with he was feeling,
Hmm.
sad, down. But when
Mm-hmm.
he started having more positive things coming his way, it just became more of um he had positive experience, positive dreaming, and it goes by your moods as well. So if
Hmm.
something is stressing you out can't cause you to have nightmares, even night terrors. Some people have that medical condition. It's actually a medical condition to have um pure fear of your dreams.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
and that's
Yeah.
the worst to have is night terrors. I can't really tell you about night terrors that much, but they still trying to figure out what it's about.
Well, yeah. Did they? So, can you explain why we dream. Is there a medical reason on why we dream, and
I'm just gonna go
what is
by.
going on when we dream?
I'm going by my experience of
Mm-hmm.
why we dream because I can
Yeah.
tell you right now, when I was a kid, I remember not in my first dream, but I do remember a dream where when I was a child, I always loved unicorns. Any type of dragons, unicorns, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have dreams constantly on the things I was interested in. And as always, and when I grew up, I started loving it even more. My dreams became more reality. I kept getting the stuff I liked. Not saying it's a bratty way, but it was just something that I will dream of something and didn't know I was going to get till later on. My mom
Mm-hmm.
bought it. Like, I dream of getting this when I was a kid, as a child. My mom, when she passed away, she gave me, the last thing she gave me was my Pegasus, my purple Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
And I still got it to this day. It is the best gift I ever had. And I would think that part of my dream, everything I dreamed was always something I always kind of wanted, but it will come to life. I'm not sure if there's a consciousness, maybe a
Mm-hmm.
universal consciousness that also affects your dreams.
Yeah.
And I always think that could be it. Anything you think could come to real life, even in the dream world. That's just my theory.
Yeah. Now let me ask you. I don't know. I've got this up on the screen. I don't know if you can
Yes.
see. Here's something I've always been interested in: is people that are born blind. I wonder what their dreams are like.
Oh,
Because I mean, if this says they have other sensory components compared with sighted people, but I I I guess I could look it up, but I've always wondered what, and this, does a person who's deaf, do they get to hear when they're dreaming? I mean, it's just stuff like that. I don't, because you can't. How do they interpret sound? Because if you're
yeah.
dreaming, it feels like, I remember I dreamed I was on a boat, like taking a cruise, and it was, everything was there: the sights, the sounds, the water, stuff like that. I mean, you could hear the water splashing up against the boat, stuff like that. That's all I
Mhm.
remember, though. I don't remember anything else except being out on the deck of the boat. So so that was
Wow.
crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
representing unconscious desires and wishes. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
definitely the
See,
cruise. Yeah.
that was also as a child. That's what I'm saying. That stuff
Mm-hmm.
always came to life. A lot of people like to interpret dreams, but I don't really like to interpret that much because if you if you sit there and you really think about it, a lot of the dreams are based off like we said, are based off our desires. True.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that's why I said it's just like a universal conscious thing, or there's something more to it we still trying to figure out. Because scientists, they still can't figure out why we dream. It's not just
That's
humans.
true.
Animals dream. They found animals could dream. They
Mm-hmm.
found fish. Hell, fish could dream. And we don't know how they
Really?
figured that out. I don't remember. I remember seeing something about fish could dream,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was like really interesting because now we in this digital age, we should at least find out if the human mind can really project our dreams into maybe a machine if we have that ability.
That, well, that would be pretty cool. I can't deny that. A shout out to
Well,
Savage Huger in the chat. Oh, your thing says Little Vieira, just so everybody knows.
yeah, that's me. Don't worry. I,
Okay.
I did my little. Yeah, no, I'm short. I'm a very short person.
I didn't know he had changed to Little Vieira. I'm sorry.
I changed a little. I know Thrash made jokes about that, but is there something?
So shout out
There's
to King
something that
Thrash.
he should come here because he be having some good ass theories too. So
Yeah, yeah. When I know he's got an odd work schedule, and I think he's West Coast too. So yeah, I might have to email the next show I do on UFOs. I want to bring him on definitely, because he's. I mean,
oh,
he wants to
definitely.
come on and talk about it. So like, hey, anybody wants to come on and talk? We'll sit down and do it. So, but yeah, yeah, but yeah. There's more to people than just hitting the sticks, folks. I mean, that's all I can say. I think everybody kind of either, if you're into the paranormal kind of stuff, whether it be a ghost stories, or I like the UFO stuff, and you know, a lot of people kind of fall into. You got people that believe the Earth's flat, you know, or not round. I'll just put it like that. They believe it's not round. So,
But they're going global. Did you know that?
what's that?
They're going global though.
Oh, the flat earthers are going global, but it's yeah, we're flat. I got you. Yeah, how do you do that? We got a pancake planet according to these sips. Okay, never mind, never mind. So,
No, no, there was an actual someone of the flat Earth community actually made that comment. They're going global, and it was kind of like, you're supposed to not believe it's global. You're not supposed to believe anything as a sphere. It's supposed to be flat.
right. Yeah.
So that was, I thought that was quite funny when I heard that.
But I can tell you medically, one of the things that happens when you do sleep is that you as soon as you close your eyes, your
Mhm.
sensory, your smell, your hearing, that all goes up like 40%. Like everything else gets turned up on its nose. When you sleep, it's that's that kind of tone it this sight is off, so your hearing is really good. I mean, it's really, really good. If you have the,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
so if you're deaf, I don't know. I think you get different kind of because you can sense somebody's hand in front of your face, even if your eyes are closed. Your body just, I think you have
Yeah,
a
if you
sensory
yeah, if
perception.
you're
So
asleep mode, your senses are 10 times as higher when you're
yeah,
asleep.
yeah, when you're
Like
sleeping.
everything
So
is like it's your instinct. It's an instinct type of thing. It's
mhm.
a alert. It's your natural instinct that we all have when we're asleep. Sound, smell, taste, um, our senses, like our body will have those. The senses like really like it's on alert. It's on alert mode because that's what
Yeah.
we had back in the days when we were living in the forest or whatever we lived in. Even
Hmm.
back in little small little villages and stuff, we will have those alerts like popping up when we know danger's afoot. That's
Correct.
how you wake up. Yeah. So that's one thing I really do enjoy learning about is sometimes sometimes I always think it's just amazing to see. I mean, it's amazing to see more of a if the people get more into the. I just wish scientists get more into the dreams because there are dreams where I can predict things before it happens. I'm not saying as in, oh my gosh, you're predicting the future. No, it's more
Hmm.
like there's a sense of concern. Like I think this might be just part of it. Just I might. I'm not. All right. This is just something I noticed. When I dream of a incident that happened, it might come true. It
Really?
might go. It might not go the way how my dream planned it,
Hmm.
but it's something like, let's say, a individual dies in my dreams, and there became like a famous person. Some dreams, like I dream of a famous random person in my dreams, stuff like that. All of a sudden, the next day, you hear a certain celebrity passed away or something.
Yeah.
In your dreams, a similar person, but no unknown person passes away, and you hear it in your dreams. All of a sudden, in real life, something like that does happen.
That's.
So there
Hmm.
is some. That's why I said there is some form of conscious, but it's not really there. I don't mean as in you're right by a television, you can hear it. No,
Hmm.
you're nowhere near a television or nothing, but you know something bad just happened to another person.
Yeah. No. Then do you think that
Hmm.
dreams? Do you see? Is the bigger the day you have, do you have more dreams that feel like it's your dreams are more exciting as far as action packed dream, or can you recall a day where you were just going say 7 a.m. like you were going all day running around doing stuff, and then you went to bed and your dream was crazy. Like you had a crazy dream to kind of match your day, or do your dreams, the ones you remember, are they calmer, kind of a soothing type of thing to kind
I
of take you
think
away from your day?
I think it's a scramble of your memory. At the same
Mm-hmm.
time, that's why I said the brain is the most interesting machine. Let's call it for what it is. The brain is a machine,
Mm-hmm.
a biological organic machine.
Correct.
And since it saves so much data of what you do on your daily basis that it can scramble up and put as a memory to a dream. And
Yeah, that's true.
sometimes I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Is
Okay.
is something the best way to describe it because I this is what I, as far as I know, there are scientists actually create a artificial machine that creates its own dreams. And what they did was it was a bunch of scrambled images. That's all they could produce. It was a scrambled images.
If the computer did itself.
Yeah, the computer did itself. I
Hmm.
remember reading the article about that, and it's one of the only. And it's, to me, it sounds more accurate. Even look at the images, is pretty much how it's how what I do see in my dreams.
Right. Yeah.
But
Mhm. Now,
I think that's the closest thing I can say with dreams like that. But they still haven't figured out it's not a dream, it's a program.
right. Well, yeah. Well,
But
your
that's what I'm
brain.
saying. Your brain is your
Yeah.
dreams are programs. Your
Yeah.
dreams are a program. It's a really unknown program why we have it. Personally, it could be an instinct. Dreams could be a part of instinct. If everyone on this planet has have a dream, it probably is an instinct. So I'm just going by theories I could think of, but other than that, dreams are just one of those type of it's one of those type of mysterious phenomenon that we cannot really describe. I mean, the other theory I remember is people saying it could be dreaming of a parallel universe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I've heard that. I have actually have heard that.
yeah,
And also, if you listen to radio while you're sleeping, you will absorb part of it because I've done that before. This is when you're sleeping before you fall into REM sleep. That's kind of there's a space there where you can absorb information electronically. But yeah, you're right. As far as I remember, Morpheus told Neo, your what you see and what you taste and what you smell, those are just things interpreted by your brain with an electrical signal. So,
yeah.
you
That's
know,
why I said your brain is filled with a bunch of uncertainties of what's it really doing. Like, how much our brain power are we using when we dream? So it is a good question. Is your brain on or is it off?
yeah,
Is it using half of your brain power? Is it uses some of it when you sleep? What is yeah.
yeah, it turns it. Your brain never really turns off. It just there's parts of it that just really, really slow down. Because if you hear a noise, bam, you'll jump up real fast. You can usually orientate yourself to the sound faster when you're waking up out of a sleep. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, but a lot of people don't realize they're doing that. It's kind of like you can, and then you get, you have memory. Your brain, you wake up and your brain, how many times have you falling asleep and you set your alarm, but you were off the next morning, and then you still got up, started going through the motions. You're like, wait a minute, I'm off today. I did that. I did that this morning. My alarm went off. Like, what? It's Sunday. I have to be back at work till
We can't
Tuesday.
say screw that. I'm not saying that when I say we, I don't mean as in you or anybody else. I meant like people who when I said I kept saying the word people who when I say we, it's the we and the people who know what they're doing. I'm not referring to you. Don't worry. You're not I know everyone that's why I said everyone has their way interpreting things. And I am okay with that. I'm interpreting what I know and what I have heard so far and what I experienced. But I'm not gonna
Yeah,
go around and say, oh, everybody believes in this. Because I know not everyone believes in it. I mean, some people believe some religion leaders have used dreams to interpret the visions of God.
that is true.
So they have done that for years.
Yeah.
So if because that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of if I remember, a lot of that's why you hear all these people talk about oh I see God or I seen visions and stuff. And I always think like and then they're always talking about when they sleep. They
Mm-hmm.
said God came through their window at night when they're about to go to bed or something. If
Yeah.
you read some of the even though in the Bible they talk about that and some of the some of the priests in the past, monks, all of them, even the ones now, you got all different religions have talked about seeing a being come in their window and is always because they always consider it as an angel or angelic like or some form of degree,
Yeah,
and or even demonic, whatever you want to say,
yeah,
and they always interpret it as someone sent them a message.
yeah. No, you're right about that. That's a very good point. Yeah, a lot of people think that dream visitations and stuff like that were non-terrestrial beings communicating with the ancient humans. Yeah, that is true. There's people who believe that. No, you're right about that. So you say you would have some dreams, and and they some of it came started to kind of come true, or was it like over a period of weeks or months, or was it like
Typically, I think everyone. I mean, everyone has this. I'm gonna say, I think we all had that experience, and I'm gonna say just me, but I don't want to sound like some silly little snowflake. But what I'm gonna say is the fact that oh, oh, tell me your dreams. So I think okay I guess my experience is the fact that when I had a dream, it's always colorful. It's always has to do with I'm in this world and it's like it looks like our planet. Of course, it's our planet, but it's more like you see like a house filled with lights and colors and stuff. And then
mm-hmm,
you go to down the street, maybe further down, you see a city. So in some ways, your dream goes to skip mode. Like you have a skip mode in your dream. And you go down to the city. It's usually have a mall. This mall is always everything. Can you remember? And the
mm-hmm.
mall's supposed to be, but it's always filled with everything. And you see like it's just it's really it's really hard to describe. It just always have everything there. Maybe because it's my desires, because some of it is pretty much things I really want and want to see. And
Do you recall a lot of your dreams, or
some of them, I think my
mm-hmm,
biggest dreams, I even told some friends about um a few years ago. I used to get a lot of apocalyptic dreams. I could say very end of the world dreams and stuff like that. I couldn't figure out why I was getting those type of dreams. To the point,
mm-hmm.
some of them are not prediction or nothing. So don't worry, they're not like I'm going crazy mode or nothing. But one of them that bothered me as a kid was when I grew up. I always saw like when I in this personal dream, it was like the sky was always red, right? Not red,
Mm-hmm,
not really red. It looks like an orangey pink color,
mm-hmm. Like
and
it was
they will,
dust.
yeah, like dust. And
Mm-hmm,
there was one time I was looking up. It was like my old neighborhood. I was looking up in the sky. I kept seeing stuff like ships flying and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. It looked like some off a movie, right? So yeah, so I was like, okay, is this based off a movie? I
Do
never
you
seen
remember
it.
where you were in your
Yeah, I was
dream?
at my house and everything. And not
Mm-hmm,
only that, the dream just kept skipping to more of a like the world just blew like none of the world blew up, it collapsed. Certain areas started collapsing, it was shaking,
mm-hmm.
and it got to another view mode that the whole continents became once like it became like this one sunken like a spirit, like it's everything was like in a circle form,
Right.
but it was like everything was like all the it just became like a land with nothing but rivers or lakes, and they just circle around, and that's what I remember. And I told my friend about that. She said, "You've been watching too many science fiction movies, right?" Like, well, I was a but here's the thing, I never watched a movie when I saw that. I didn't even think of any science fiction movies. None of that was around.
Right, right. No, it just sounds like you have an active imagination because you draw a whole lot, and so
That's what I was thinking.
do you think that could be part of it too?
Yeah, I strongly do believe.
Mm-hmm.
I strongly do believe it could be just my imagination. As a kid, I always had a overactive imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I would create like a bunch of like I will just like draw and stuff like that, or just come up with some ideas.
Well, that's cool. Ooh. I heard a man's voice back there. Somebody
Oh,
threatening to
that's
get you out of
mine.
here.
Yeah, it's a cat. It was my relative, and he was getting a cat. So
Oh,
no,
okay. Now I thought somebody was yelling at you to get off.
no, my name's not Charlie.
Oh, okay.
No, is the top of a toy that you spin? No, it's not a top of a toy. It's not a top. Is it's something to where you were like the spaceships thing was actually pretty interesting. Actually, it actually was kind of cool, but it's just seeing the world was destroyed and stuff like that, and it became like this whole little circle of lakes and land and stuff, and it came like this one continent, and it was so weird. But I feel like dreams also what help um movie makers and
Yeah.
illustrators, also novelists, to people who write novels to create their imagination for their based off their ideas. So the dreams are just the most unusual thing to do. It's so unusual. I can't describe it. That's why I like this topic. So that's why.
No,
I always
no, that's
wanted to
fine.
do
Yeah.
it.
No, that's great. No, I think it's a cool topic. Yeah, I mean, it was my bad. I had forgotten about it the other day, and I'm like,
Um,
oh, that's right. And I went to the movies, and
oh
oh
no,
yeah, I was like, oh my
it's fine.
goodness, I felt like a schlemiel when I saw your tweet. I'm like, oh
Oh no, it's fine.
no. Okay, good. Nah, they had to get my Infinity War tickets, and that was hell. Trying to get
Yeah.
so yeah, I had people saying, "Well, can you grab some for me?" And I tried to go back yesterday, and it was just too busy. I'm like, "Hey, look, you got." I said, "At least in my city, you're not gonna be able to watch it. In my city, not opening weekend. You can go Tuesday because it's selling into Monday at this point." So, really, if you have insomnia, they've got. I mean, if it's really bad insomnia, they can prescribe something for you, but
Yeah, get
you know,
medicine now.
yeah.
Yeah, you medicine if you have really bad insomnia.
But I
Um,
I take Vicks Vapor Rub and I just rub it on my chest and under my nose, and I'm usually out. So that usually knocks me down. Or cough syrup. Yeah, my mom give that to us when we were little kids. So, but no, that's. Now, are you the only? Does anybody else in your family, or do you have some friends that have had some crazy dreams and
oh yeah,
interpretations of them?
friends and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. My family and stuff like that does happen. But they don't really. They just tell me they just had a crazy dream or something, but they don't tell me in detail. Except for my friends, they're the only ones that tell me in detail at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't try to. It's something that I'm working on. I'm actually just working on just looking at as maybe if it's something to really just talk to your friends about. I mean, hell, there's a book called the Dream Journal where you can
Mm-hmm.
write down all your dreams. You wake up, you write down what you could think fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
So with that, when that fresh in your mind, you can write down, look at what you wrote, and later on, you're like, damn, that's what I was dreaming.
Yeah, you have to write it down real quick. Then you come back a few days later and like, oh, what? That really? I was dreaming about that?
But
Yeah.
it's just a log of how you dream, also. But
Hmm.
like I said before, that it also can be a medical issue for some people. Like I
Yes.
said, night terrors is the worst. Sleep paralysis is another one.
Hmm.
Um, Sleep paralysis is like is the most unusual thing to have because I remember going through that stages. I went to sleep paralysis like twice. But
Yeah.
the most sleep paralysis I had was actually I was playing a game and I slept and I woke up, but I couldn't really move my body at all. I was like,
Jeez.
and all I could freak out. I was like, I can't breathe, I can't move. I'm freaking out in my mind. And the one things I saw was like these little shadow things just walking in the room from the outside the door because I remember I was in the den and
Hmm.
laying down. It was like around like 5 or 6 in the morning,
Hmm.
and I'm just looking at like these shadows. They don't look scary. They look like someone just wearing a drape over them, but it was like they were see through. They're transparent, and they
Yeah,
were
those are
just
called
walking around.
shadow people.
Yeah, they were transparent, but it looked like someone wearing, like I said, it looked like someone wearing a little drape over them. So it
Uh-huh.
didn't scare me at all. But they
So
didn't have a face either. So
how
they
many
were
of them
just
was it?
walking. Huh?
How many of them was it?
If I remember, it was like 4 or 5, and that's what I remember. And they were
That's
just
it.
walking. They were walking a row
Uh-huh.
through the backyard to the living room door. That's what it
Right.
was, and that was all I could remember. Because I was looking around, so I did see them. I was looking around. I guess my eyes was just moving. That's it.
Mm-hmm. That did you feel like you were being held, or you just could not? Were you breathing okay? Or
I woke up. I actually, I think I actually woke up, and I was
mm-hmm.
like, I was panicking a little bit and stuff like that. My body was waking up literally, so I was kind of numb on certain areas because I was
Mm-hmm.
in paralysis. But that was it.
Wow.
But the strangest thing, that's not the first time I had sleep paralysis, but I jolt. So I
Mm-hmm.
woke up with sleep paralysis, but my body woke itself up in the process. It was a weird experience on that one too.
That is odd. Now Ryan Landis said that he had a dream that Xbox came out with a good AAA game. I mean, that's silly. I mean, all right, all right. Shout out to Ryan Landis. I mean, I got
Why did you have to do that? Why did you say
that's
that?
pretty funny. Yeah,
That would be an amazing dream. But
that is a good one. Damn, we should have
yeah,
saved that to another show. We could have talked about the shadow people.
on the shadow people, oh man.
I think, well, again, because you said you were dreaming, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering that, like, if you were kind of in between, you were able to, like, maybe you're able to access another part of time, because I believe they exist in a different, like, dimension part of time, and if they're with us, they're around us all the time, but we can't access them.
You
So,
know, that's a good thing, sleep paralysis. There's a theory that sleep paralysis is just us in another we're in this another spectrum of a world. It is so there is a theory that we are in another world when we are in
mm-hmm,
sleep paralysis. There's another one, I think, in a lot of Japanese lore, if I remember, even some European and actually all cultures, they talked about like people having sleep paralysis, but they feel like there's something on their chest. I never had that feeling that was something on my chest.
mm,
I never had that feeling anything was on my chest. Nothing was on my chest. It was just me
right.
looking around to see what is going on with my eyes. But I know that REM sleep is could be that's what they talk about. The REM sleep is when your eyes rapidly move,
Yes, rapid eye movement, realm.
rapid eye movement.
Mm-hmm.
So my eyes were probably just moving so damn fast, like a movie screen. It's kind of hard to say.
Nah, that's wow. Well, I did not know you had that kind of experience. Well, I don't. Yeah, cool. Well, hey, thanks for sharing. 'Cause a lot of people don't want to even talk about stuff like that. So I appreciate you at least sharing that part. So, do you think people who are just have? You think people who have active about who have active lives as far as using their brain all the time as far with their jobs or is drawing or
I
coloring
feel
or
like it
painting.
depends on your mood. I feel like it depends on your mood, the situation you're in. I feel like that could be what causes dreams or even form of sleep paralysis. Because I couldn't, like I said before, the night terrors. The reason why I'm bringing that up is
Mm-hmm.
because it's a form of fear. You
Yeah,
fear your dreams, so
right.
it's a form of phobia. 'Cause that's all I could think of is if night terrors is it's like a phobia. It's like your dreams would just I don't know. There's something about they and it's hard to explain. It's hard to say if dreams are actually a mental condition.
Yeah,
Who knows?
true. Now, was it a kid or is it happening when you're an adult? Because I'm just finding stuff with night terrors in children.
It happens in. They said night terrors can be really as a night terrors do start as a child, but I never had night terrors as a child. That's one thing. I had nightmares,
Mm-hmm.
but
Did
they were
you?
never scary enough. I always conquer. I think I helped me conquer some of my fears in my dreams. So
Mm-hmm.
be very severely scared of the dark.
Now,
Yeah.
are you still afraid of the dark?
No,
Or
no,
okay,
no. Nah, I'm not afraid of the dark, but it helped me conquer it as a kid. As a kid.
Oh wow! So sit up in bed and appear frightened.
Mhm.
Wow. Kick and thrash. Oh hey, that could be me on any given night. So so wow. Yeah, I'd say here if you can't if you're falling asleep in the daytime, that's bad. So yeah, wow. It says it affects almost 40% of children and a much smaller percentage of adults. 40%. My God. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't have this issue. So wow.
Because a child's mind is so innocent and fragile when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to dreams. Like my little cousin, she when she was younger, she used to cry when she wakes up.
Right.
She used to cry because the first time of dreaming. So when she started dreaming, it's like it's a different experience. You're seeing people you don't know. You're experiencing some type of creepy entity come into your house, and all these other,
Really?
yeah, because they always said monsters.
Right.
When you say those monsters and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
to them to them is those dream, and I call them dream entities because that's what they are. They just
Right.
come in your dreams. They scare the crap out of you. In the child's mind, that is danger,
Yes. You're
and
right
it's
about that.
scary.
Nah, you're right about that. That's a legit. No, I didn't. Wow, I never really thought about it like that.
Hmm.
So that's a different way to interpret it. No, I'll definitely have to put that one on the on. I'll have to definitely put that sauce on the fish. I understand that. So wow.
Little
No,
kids
I mean
see
that's.
things. Well, that's
Mm-hmm,
why he said little children. But the one thing what scares me about children, they're the
mm-hmm.
ones that only see that special, magical, imaginary friend around the house that no one else can see. Then talk about, well, my imaginary friend told me to tell you he don't like you. And there's stuff around the house being moved with no one there. So
Right.
that will scare the crap out of me if some kid walk around saying that shit. That's one of the things that and there's a lot of horror stories talking about um entities coming to people's dreams as well.
That is
And
true.
to the point there that people say, well, it doesn't matter if you guys believe it or not. I'm a little skeptic about this, but the stories are pretty much interesting. So there's also this talks about people or like stories of people saying that their house is haunted, and they're always had those negative vibes from it, and they can interpret it in your dreams.
That's yeah how the entities move can move in and out because of your conscious state. Yeah, that that actually makes some sense. I just don't get yeah. I mean, to me, if the house is haunted, I'm leaving. I got to
Yeah,
go.
that's why I said all these people will stay in his house. Like, well, I paid money for his house. Fuck that shit. I'm leaving.
Yeah, yeah,
Never ever go back. No, seriously, never go back to something that you know for sure it does not want you there. Obviously,
yeah,
it does not want you there. It doesn't want you invading their privacy. They just
yeah.
that and they're being aggressive. They're scratching your skin. You see them pushing you down the stairs. They're pretty
Mm-hmm.
much tossing your silverware, your chairs, your dishes on the floor. They don't want you there. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he gets the role. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I
And they
know they
have to
made
go in
fun
your
of that.
dreams.
Yeah, I know Jamie Foxx had a routine making fun of that. He was arguing with the ghost, talking about he had been on Section 8 for 9 years, and he had finally gotten off, and he wasn't gonna leave. He's gonna have to. We just gonna have to throw down. That's what he was saying.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like, I ain't
pretty
gonna.
much.
He said,
I
"What?"
mean, if you have a comical ghost, that'd be kind of hilarious. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I mean, and there's also that story about relatives coming to your dreams too. So you have families that die.
that's yeah. I've heard that one too. I've
Hmm.
heard about that one too. When you're dreaming, that you'll get contacted by a relative, and they'll say I'm okay, or try to do something different with your life. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, that's a that is a very good point. Yeah, I
Yeah, there's
appreciate you
certain
bringing that up.
family
Yeah.
members. I don't know as much of hearing those stories. I did have like certain like I will say this one. I think I talked this to. I think I told you about this I think last year,
Mm-hmm.
where my mom, my not my mom, but my friend's mom came to my dreams. And here's the thing about it. She passed away, and I guess she was. When people say they passed away, they do say, "Hey, we're okay. We're
Mm-hmm.
moving on. We're letting you know." So I lost I lost that message I had. So I text her about it. I woke up, text her, told her about the situation. She said, "You're not the only one. Another person just texted me. Another friend of her mom's text her as well to say, "Hey, your mom came to our dream." So, and it's not that it's just comfort. It's just comfort to me to know that even in the afterlife, everyone's okay.
Yeah, it is a comfort. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I definitely cannot. You're right. Yeah, I never thought of it like that, and
Yeah, it's a
yeah, that gives me
comfort.
some comfort too. Yeah, I can appreciate
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
But she
Uh,
said that I think my friend she had that same dream too. Her mom came to be in her dream as well. She said the only person who had not experienced is her sister. My friend's her
mhm.
sister didn't experience that.
Yeah,
I said there's something that your sister's not accepting or something, and I feel like her sister's not accepting her mom's death for a
yeah,
while.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We definitely all process it differently. No, that's a very good point. That oh wow, man, we've been going for about 40 minutes. All right, so we'll kind of start winding it down here. So here's what I want everybody to try to do tonight. We're gonna all start a dream journal. I mean, there's only like 6 of us here. So we'll start a dream journal. And if you can remember it, don't lie, people. It's no fun if you lie. If you can't remember, so just try to write down or put in an email or something like that to yourself what you dreamed about tonight, when you fall asleep.
If we do get a dream, that's if
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
activates.
Yeah, yeah. If you can activate your Wonder Twin power, and if you can, and if you can't, that's fine. But we'll get through this little thing here, and then we'll come back in a few more weeks, and probably before Infinity War, and which is in 2 weeks. Okay, 2.5 weeks actually. So once, yeah, somebody I may be getting
You
a
mean the
screen.
end game? You talking about the end game?
Yeah, yeah.
That
I'm in
Marvel.
Infinity. Yeah, I'm in the Avengers movie. I said Infinity War. My bad. Yeah, and
Have I ever messed with a Ouija board?
I don't know if I want to do a Ouija. No, no, go stay away from the
Don't
Ouija
touch a
board.
Ouija board. That's all I can say. Don't touch
Yeah,
the Ouija board.
yeah. I never want to see one of those things again. I mean, I did one of those once, and,
My
and
my my cousin bought a Ouija board to the house. My grandma said, "Take that damn thing out the house," and that was hilarious. It was when I was
yeah,
younger. Yep.
yeah. Like no way. It's yeah. I'm not messing with a Ouija board. They can have that. So yeah, f that. Yeah, I don't like those things, and it's probably nothing to it. It's just me. I just don't like those things. So,
It
but
says,
yeah.
Did you ever mess with the Ouija board?" No, I never. Don't want to touch it. Never will. Don't want to. No, no. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of people create their homemade Ouija boards as well. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to buy one. You can just have to create the same order or what it is. And to me, you just open up a door for all kinds of entities to come into your house, into your life actually, because it can't stick with you for the rest of your life. If there's
Yeah.
some attachment, yep, there can be attachment there.
Yeah. It was like
Attachment
the
contract.
it's like on The Witcher 3, there was that thing haunting that man called a pride demon. Yeah, I don't want nothing like that hanging around me.
Mm,
I mean, for them to kill it was crazy. So it was they had to
pride.
pretend in this mission you had to pretend that somebody you had to make the guy think that he had killed somebody, and it turned out he didn't. And so uh, since the pride demon, they tricked it to thinking that this person felt guilty and it was going to feed off of his guilt. So yeah, I ain't even trying to f with one of those. That was one of my favorite Witcher missions too. But all right, guys, I tell you what, Viera, do you have anything to add here? We got a little project to do. So remember tonight when you wake up in the morning, write down what you dreamed about, and then we'll come back in a couple more weeks, and I'm gonna do a Avengers Endgame lead up. So, so this literally, I'm just gonna, uh,
Garita, what? Sorry, what Garita said. Fake
yeah.
or are fake? You are anti-religious at Craig. Grow a pair. What?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. But I don't want that thing near me. I've seen people's ears turn red and their eyes started watering just out of the blue. Like this back in high school. So yeah, maybe the Ouija board has changed. But yeah, when we were
It
doing
has
them,
not changed. It still got problems.
no, okay, yeah, it's got drama on it. But no, it needs to go to the
It does
crumb
got
side.
drama. Who's those
Yeah,
drama demons? Get them away from me, drama demons. That's,
yeah,
no.
yeah. I agree with you. Well, yeah, so we got our little project to do. So try to remember to write down a dream, preferably tonight, because we're talking about them. If you can remember, like Viera said, and if not, we'll let it go for 1 week, meaning that we'll come back in a couple of weeks when we're leading up to my Avengers Endgame. That will be on the other channel. I'm going to try to reach out to a big time comic book YouTuber that I've been listening to see if they want to come on and just kind of talk about it. We'll have to wait and see. But I like this dude. He's a cool dude. He does comics and stuff like that. His name is well,
Oh, we need some more comics.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely like to talk about the comics and stuff.
yeah.
Um, we
Mhm.
don't really have a lot of comic book channels that much. So yeah, we do need some more.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny because there's a ton of those, but
At
it's
least a
trying to
good one. Probably me
yeah.
and just the good ones.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, I follow three guys and two women that are just like encyclopedias on comics. But yeah,
Ooh.
I want to try. I've been reaching out to one guy, and he's a cool dude, and I'm hoping to possibly hit him up on Twitter to say, hey, look, I want to do an in game kind of a lead up to it. That's it, and then go from there. I just wanted to see if he's interested. So yeah, we'll try that. But so I'm working on that, people, working on that. So expanding because with the console war being over, with Sony winning the console war, so it's time to move on. So it's time to move on and off of that.
I
So
think if people, yeah, people just find, and I feel like that's why I'm not in the whole comic. No, no, I'm not in the whole gaming, the console war stuff because it's just it was done like a long time ago. It was never there
yeah,
was no console war. It was just more fandom boy and fandom girl war because that's pretty much all it was. Whoever
mm-hmm.
fan says the most gets the trophy. You know,
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was just that's what it was. It was never a console war. The gaming companies, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Gaming companies don't really give a shit
that is
if you
true.
like the product or not. They just want to let you know this world is filled with it's just filled with like there's more important things to them, and that's their money. You're just a fan.
Yeah,
You're just the free speaker for them. That's why when I look at people now who are super fanboy or fangirl about something, they start to realize, hey, um, things are changing. We don't like it. Like, yeah.
That's true. You will get an argument out of me. All right. Well, we're going to get on up out of here, guys. So, Miss Vieira, and it says, oh, you think? All right, your avatar in the room. It says little over your avatar's head. It is hilarious. So,
Yeah. I think that's new. Is that new? They put your names on top?
it could be. Yeah. It does.
Yeah, 'cause I'm looking at it now. I don't see my name at the top
Does
or
it
anywhere.
say? Does it say you? Well, it's within the little
It says
square
you.
there.
It just says you. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, mine says you too. So all right, cool. All right then. Well, Miss Vieira, go ahead and great topic. Again, I'm glad that you reminded me because I've been busy. So shout out to you for doing that. Keeping an old man in line is what Vieira was doing there. So but I do hope you have your Avengers ticket. If not, Rudy has said he'd love to go with you.
Oh
So,
god. Nah, I'm having fun right now, but yeah, this is VIERA. I'm having a great time. I'm talking about this.
mhm.
Don't worry, I don't label everybody to think the same thing as I do. I just let you know that there are people who believe in this stuff and who don't, and that's fine too. It just gets you to. I'm just getting to. I'm just trying to. Make you think about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
go do some research. If you guys want to know more about the dreams, go do some research. And I can tell you now, some of the stuff will may surprise you if you start to have some relations, like some. If you can relate to some of the issues that have been going on.
Facts. Facts. Definitely gave me something to think about tonight. I won't say to dream about. That would be too much of a pun. But shout out to everybody that came by. This is Viera. Thanks for coming by with this subject. I guess I get to pick the next one. So I'll come up with one here and I'll let you know about it. Probably by the end of this week. And but remember, guys, we'll start our dream journals. I'm definitely going to keep mine. I've got my dollar pad here from the Dollar General store. Even I can afford $1 from Dollar General store, so I know you can too. So don't give me no lip. But yeah, so tonight, guys, just when you go to sleep, if you have a nice dream, just write it down. It's not the end of the. I mean, we know. I know you're not going to be able to remember maybe one or two things. If you try to come in and say give us all this detail, I'm going to call BS on you. So at least I will. I don't know what VIERA will say. But guys, this has been Craig
Bullshit.
Harris.
I would say bullshit. That's
Yeah.
it.
There you go. Yeah, this has been Craig Harris with co-host Miss VIERA TRON. And this has been the Creepy Corner, and this has been us talking about dreams. Thanks for joining us. Check us out next week, same time, same channel. Peace.
Oh, no problem. Bye.